Well, hey there, Chef Donna here, and welcome to Everyday Homemade. Today, I'm heading to my client's house, and I'm going to be making a pulled pork. So I'm going to use the Instant Pot, which just makes it so easy to make pulled pork. I'm also going to make a barbecue sauce, and this is the best recipe for barbecue sauce. It's sweet yet tangy. I just love it. And I think I'm going to make some roasted carrots to go with my pulled pork. So I'm going to head to the grocery store now. I'm going to get my pulled pork and my carrots, and then I'm going to head to my client's house, and I'll be back then. So I'm looking for a Boston butt. So I have a few options here. I think I'm going to go with this one. It is no bone in it, and it's tied. So that one would be perfect. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm at my client's house, and I'm going to cut up the pulled pork. I'm going to sear it a little bit in the pressure cooker first. This just develops flavor in your dish. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut up and get searing. Cut it into large chunks. The Instant Pot is heated up, so we're going to get ready and we're going to sear our meat. I'm just going to let that cook for a few minutes till a nice crust forms. Pork's been cooking for a couple of minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. You can see I got a nice brown crust there. So now I'm going to get together the seasonings. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, smoked paprika, 2 teaspoons of cumin, half a teaspoon of dry mustard, a teaspoon of salt. You can see these little bits of pork on the bottom of the pan, and that's what's going to give us flavor. So I'm going to get the rest of the pork back in the pot, and then we're going to add the spices. Here's all of our spices. Vinegar. Then I'm going to add a couple cups of chicken stock. I just kind of want to have it so it submerges around the meat. There, now we have everything in there. We're going to put the top on. So now I'm going to make the barbecue sauce. This is like the best part. So I have 3/4 a cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 a cup of ketchup, and then in here I have brown sugar, smoked paprika, and chili powder. So I'm going to get this on the stove. I'm just going to give it a quick whisk, and then I'm going to let it come up to a boil, and then I'm going to let it simmer until it reduces down and gets thick and sweet. So now I'm just going to slice the carrots up. All my carrots are peeled and cut up, so I'm going to give it a little toss with some oil and some salt and black pepper. Transfer them to a baking sheet, and then we're going to go ahead and put them in the oven. I'm going to let them roast for about 30 to 40 minutes. My barbecue sauce has reduced, and it's nice and thick, so I'm just going to turn it off and let it cool down. I just took my carrots out of the oven, so I'm going to stick them over here in front of this little fan I have, and I'm going to let them cool off. The pressure cooker just finished up, so I'm going to let the steam escape, and then we'll be able to open it. All right, the moment of truth. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to take out all of the pork and I'm going to shred it with a couple of forks and remove the fat. You can see how tender it is. It's just falling apart when I touch it with a fork. So I'm just going to remove some of this fattiness that's in here. So you can see this here. Yeah, take that out. I have the pork all shredded. And I'm going to share a quick tip with you. If you've ever had pulled pork that was really dry, it's because they didn't let it soak up all the juices from when it cooked. So I'm going to put a few ladles in here and I'm going to let it sit and let it soak up all that juice, and then it'll be nice and moist. So here we have it, the pork, and you can see that it's soaked up most of that juice, so it's nice and moist. Then I have the roasted carrots, a little bit of parsley, and then the homemade barbecue sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and just have a little taste of the pork. It's falling apart in my mouth. It's so tender. I can't wait for you to try this. Yum. Well, I'm back in the car and I'm heading home. I have the pulled pork all tucked away in the refrigerator for them to have for dinner tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe to never miss an episode. And until next time, I hope you keep it homemade every day.